Let's make him a Horseman. Let's have fun. That's a rank 3 Apocalypse with him. I think these two are going to travel together. They're going to be travel companions, travel buddies. So, hey, all right, let's dive into this. Archangel was the top shelf champion. Then all of the bleed and poison immune and stun immune and debuff immune nodes started coming out and champions. And now we're moving on. We seem to be going into a phase of parry heavy being a thing again, absolutely for sure in war and in questing. And now that shock and all of the other sort of immunities are a thing, this guy is definitely moving back into the meta. We're going to take a look at some different nodes that he can completely shut off or get around. We're going to make him a Horseman, have a good time. Yes, that's an R3 Apocalypse you see there right next to him. We're going to take him to war, show that a little bit, maybe take him into LOL and see, like, open him up. What do those neuros do? How big can they get? Have some fun with that. And then, of course, we'll show my final ranking. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. As you see, this was last month's EQ. This is Power Shield, right? So you'd be needing to throw specials because your regular hits are going to do no damage. Well, he just completely gets around that. And you're about to start to see it happening here. Keep in mind that this is about a 200,000 health Nightcrawler, and we've already got 30 neurotoxins up. Keep in mind that the poison is applied from Archangel on the block, right? So you do want to take some blocked hits. That's why the parry heavy style works so well for him. We're at 7 neurotoxins. I think you're seeing some of those big numbers. I'm seeing a 72 and a 68,000 or 100, sorry. And Nightcrawler is down. We didn't throw any specials. That whole node is designed. The whole idea is that you're going to have to throw specials to do damage. And in 20 hits, Nightcrawler is down and didn't evade. Now, Distract, you have to put on at least 3 debuffs to be doing any damage. And I know you're maybe thinking, but the neurotoxins are passive. How are you going to do this? Well, we've got the 3 bleeds up now. And so we are just doing damage. It is going well. We have the 4 neurotoxins with the 3 bleeds because he is placing those bleeds. Remember that the neurotoxins get created when you have a poison on, and then you would place a bleed. So we've got all these debuffs. It's just fun to watch. Sometimes I like to sit there and watch the damage being done after the stun. Mojo is a tough fight for me. I don't enjoy fighting him unless I have my Human Torch or my Red Guardian with me. And now I'm beginning to wonder if I have a whole other solution. You see, I made a little mistake there, trying to get fancy with the heavy, but it's fine. It's really not a big deal. We've got the 5 bleeds up now, so we're doing the damage again. 4 poisons from the hits. The chance to apply the poison increases by the amount of bleeds that you have on the opponent. So we had the 5 bleeds. That's why those all created the poisons. And then now whenever we create a new bleed, we've got the neurotoxins up. So I had the small error, the mistake in gameplay, and this Mojo is about to go down. Let's see how many hits this was. So a Distract, Thronebreaker level event quest in Mojo is down. Now we have Distract again, this time with Plagued Mind. Another note, you're thinking you're not going to be able to throw any specials. Well, as we established in the first one, you don't need to throw specials. That's not this guy's thing. That's not his thing at all. He's about blocking hits to get the poison up, and he is about then landing that heavy because that has the highest chance to apply the bleeds. We've got the 3 bleeds up now with the 2 neurotoxins, so the neuros are doing the big damage for us. Getting more comfortable with the stun. Sometimes, as you saw with the Mojo fight, it's maybe not the best idea to get fancy and just watch your opponent bleed out, but it is really fun. It is quite satisfying. Remember, this is the event quest. This is the Distract lane. This is meant not for mutants, that is for sure. And he's already almost down. This guy just melts stuff. It's incredible. It is fun. And there's also some other advantages to him. He's one of the few champions in the game whose ability accuracy cannot be reduced. So that's it just says flat out can't be reduced. It doesn't say like 100% chance to not be reduced. It just cannot be reduced. Now, let's make him a horseman. Let's have fun. That's a rank 3 apocalypse with him. I think these two are going to travel together. They're going to be travel companions, travel buddies. So might as well use that. And then, so let's keep in mind, what does the Horseman ability do? It's going to give him 100% bleed resist. Now, this was the mutant lane, so that's not going to come into play quite as much here. But it does make him even more suicide friendly than he already was, being suicide friendly originally, because he's not throwing these specials. It's going to increase his offensive ability accuracy by 300%. You were seeing him go unblockable there. The reason is because he goes unblockable for 2 seconds when the opponent purifies a debuff. And then, as you're going to see in this is important. This is why I'm showing you this fight. This is the Maestro from the event quest last month with the Rich Get Richer node, which is going to increase the power rate for whichever champion has more buffs. But also, we're going to take a look at the Horseman ability. When he's made a Horseman, or when any champion's made a Horseman, any mutant, they will go unstoppable. I think it's for 3 seconds the first time they get hit. So let's take a look at this. Let's watch. There's no distract or anything like that. So all of the bleeds, everything's going to get counted. Don't need to have a certain amount of debuffs on. And so we've just got the 5 bleeds. We've applied our first poison due to getting hit. We got our second one. We're getting hit. I'm stacking them up right now. And then we're going to throw a heavy, I'm sure. And created 2 neuros right there. We're probably going to do it again here in just a minute. I don't fight Maestro 2 regularly, haven't for a very long time. So I'm a little uncertain on the SP1 evade, and we're going to see that play off. We see how few, or 13 hits in, and he's already at 59% health. All right, I think it's coming up here. We're going to see the SP1. And I totally messed up the evade, but look at that. The unstoppable completely saves me. So the first time you get hit in a fight, you're going to go unstoppable for 3 seconds. It completely saves me. I don't take that big damage from it. Able to finish off the fight. And now going to go in for the SP3. I think we're going to have to do a couple basic hits to end this here. But I did want to show you that. So not only is this guy about damage, but especially when you make him a Horseman, just so many other abilities come in with the bleed resistance, the going unblockable, and then of course, the going unstoppable, which is really nice for a champion like this, who the heavy is so important, whether it's if the defender's stun immune or you're trying to land the heavy into the heavy. So now we're going to jump into Act 6.4.2, which is, I really like to test champions there. It's a Footloose lane. That's one I chose to take. And then up against that Ragthor with all of the different power gaining mechanics and things like that. And I thought, well, let's take him in here and show, because I think this guy is a bit of evade counter, assuming you can heavy parry. I mean, it's not assuming you can parry. So, which we obviously can do here. I was curious to see how this would interact with Nightcrawler. I just was really hoping the guy would throw a special. It's Footloose, so when he throws a special, he will be going increased chance to evade, and then I think it is unstoppable. But as we've talked about, sometimes champions don't even get a chance to throw their special. 24 hits, and then Nightcrawler is down. 300,000 health, 24 hits. All right, so now we're going up against this Miles Morales with 330,000 health. A little bit later on in the quest, it has gas. So if he evades, really bad things are going to happen to me. Probably just going to get one shot and die. But as you see, we've got our neuros up, so I can just attack in. He's not going to be evading. So I felt comfortable with that. And then I want to make sure I parry and heavy to get the neuros up. He's stunned, so we're okay to go ahead and attack. Right there, that might not have been the smartest move, but it worked out for me. The neuros do decrease the defender's ability accuracy per neuro, but they're only at 33.4 per neuro. I've taken him up to Sig 112 in wanting to completely shut off the ability accuracy of the defender when I have 3 neuros up. So I put in the Sig stones to get him to that. But as you see, 330,000, Miles Morales, absolutely down, no evades. It's just, there's only so many words you can use to describe it. And then here's this boss. I like to take champions up against this boss to test them when I can. And I think the really important thing to see here is that he has 550,000 health. And then he has that aspect of death, meaning that when he throws his special, if he hits me, you die. So for 4 seconds, he's going to have that aspect of death. And I believe, I don't remember specifically for certain, I don't think he turns it on a single time. He is going to throw some specials. And I think because of the neurotoxins, he's not going to trigger it once. Let's pay attention and see if he does. So he's throwing a special, and nope, no aspect of death there. And that was only with 2 neurotoxins. So remember, that's a percentage-based thing. So yes, it could get turned off with 2, or it could not trigger with 2. 3, when you have the SIG of 112, ensures that the ability accuracy is turned off. As you see, no aspect of death again. Look at those red numbers just going. 26 hits in, and he's at 40% health. Yeah, aspect of death just never, ever triggers. Had a little bit too much fun, I think, enjoying the stun and watching the red numbers. And then decided I wanted to end the fight there and finish it off. So 43 hits, 550,000 health, disappeared. It's just, I don't know. And then in case, if you haven't seen my war video with him, I took him up. I was really excited about it, and we got to use him right away in a fight. Maybe you're thinking, well, that's never going to work in war. Here we go. This is encroaching stun as you head to section 2, lane 7, 8, and 9 against this Wolverine Weapon X, who's a pretty tough fight. So, and difficult, becoming a difficult defender, depending on the nodes and the global, of course. And well, just take a look. Keep in mind, there's the encroaching stun. I had hoped that if I had 3 neurotoxins on, I would be able to turn it off. You're going to see here, I'm going to get a little caught off guard by him going unblockable. And so I do decide to throw a special. But aside from that, just sit and watch the damage that is done. That's a tough defender on a very difficult node in Tier 1 Master Alliance War. I mean, when this guy works, he just flat out works. Now, here we are in Labyrinth of Legends. I didn't show you the whole fight because honestly, it was really boring. It was boring to watch. But look, we're at 12 neurotoxins, and that's 11,897. Just going. And like I said, I didn't want to drag this video out. I wanted to show it, but no one needs to see this over and over again. So all of that being said, this guy is absolutely deserving of the top shelf designation, right? Turn off nodes, turn off ability. He's immune to ability accuracy. He has a playstyle that I enjoy. It is not complex. The parry, the heavy. There's even masteries you can use that will help you out as far as like reducing the amount of damage the defender can do when they hit into your block. There's just so much going on, and I don't want to use the term niche, right? Because the defender does need to be bleed immune and poison immune for the damage you just saw to occur. They do need to be that. And I don't want to use the term niche because I think the connotation just makes it sound so limited. And that's not the case with this guy. As you just saw, there are so many fights, there are so many lanes and nodes and defenders that he can just absolutely melt and destroy. I don't believe he's your main question champion, though. You're going to want to bring people along with him to handle those other sorts of nodes and fights. But when this guy works, there is absolutely no one better. He deserves the top shelf. I'm having so much fun with him. Hope you get him. You're able to do the same. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. I hope you either learned something, were entertained, or even better, a little bit of both. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow on Twitter at VegaGaming583. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.